What was that? Oh, you are curious how my brother Leon brought home his wife? Well, let me tell you this story. It was one time they came to Nagreb. It, I was struck upon seeing her as she stepped down the caratela of Celine. I asked to myself, she is my brother's wife. Wow, she's so beautiful. She looks so delicate and she is really tall. I am speechless with her beauty and the way she said my name and her touch and her touch her hands. They looked so fragile. She was pregnant, like a morning when papayas are in blooming and a small dimple appeared momently high on her right cheek. And the way she looked at Lava, I saw that her eyes were on the long curving horns. She held the wrist of one hand with the other hesitating to touch him, but did not anyway. She came and touched Lavang's forehead with her long fingers, and by she was scratching his forehead very daintily. I watched Cecily, where he stood in front of his horse, and he ran his finger through its forelock, and just like me, he could not keep his eyes away from her. That's how beautiful she is. My brother called her Maria, and in my mind I said Maria, and it was a beautiful name. The sun was in our eyes, for it was dipping into the bright sea. Above us, the sky was white and very blue, yet massive clouds raged along rim of Katayaghan Hills. When I gazed at the setting sun, the fields were bathed in golden haze through which floated large purple, red, and yellow bubbles. Labang's white coat glistened like between cotton under the lamplight, and his horn appeared tipped with fire. He made a sound indicating it is time to go. So I hitched him into the cart. And then I saw Maria smiling, and I stopped in the act of tying the Santa Cruz Labang's neck to the opposite end of the yoke. Because her teeth were very white, her eyes were so full of laughter. We came to the house of Lakay Julian, and I spoke to Labang loudly. But morning our cat did not come to the window. So I thought she must be eating with the rest of her family. And I thought of the food being made being made ready of home, and my mouth watered. We meet the twins, Orong and Celine, and I said, "Hoy," calling them by name. And they shout back and asked if my brother Leon and his wife were with me. And my brother Leon shouted to them and then told me to make labang run. Their answer were lost in the noise of the wheels. I stopped Labang on the road before our house and would have gotten down, but my brother Leon took the rope and told me to stay in the cart. He turned Labang into the open gate, and we dashed into our yard. I thought we would rush into the kamashil tree, but my brother Leon reined into Labang in time. There was light downstairs in the kitchen, and mother stood in the doorway, and I could see her smiling shyly. My brother Leon was helping Maria over the wheel. I did not hear anything more because I had to go back to the cart to unhitch Labang. But I hardly tied him under the barn when I heard father calling me. I met my brother Leon going to bring up the trunks. As I passed through the kitchen, There were mother and my sister Aurelia and Maria, and it seemed to me they were crying all of them. There was no light in father's room. There was no movement. He sat in the big armchair by the western window, and a star shone directly through it. He was smoking but removed the roll of tobacco from his mouth when he saw me. He laid it carefully on the window shield before speaking. He asked me how things had gone when I meant to fetch my brother and his wife. I only answered, "She is very beautiful, father." Chimaria is not afraid of lawang. She sang with my brother along the way, and she liked the life in province. I look at Maria again, and she is truly lovely. Beside my brother Leon, she was tall. Then I went out, and in the dark hall of fragrance of her was like a morning when papayas are in bloom.